Welcome back to Gruber Motor Company. My name is Richard Beach, and this is our first Fridays with Friends segment. Fridays with Friends is a segment we're going to be doing highlighting different content creators in and around the EV space. Today, I have Brandon of TeslaFlex. Brandon is known for his unique videos in which he highlights features of Tesla ownership, including details many are unaware of. He also sports the occasional Hot Wheel hunt, spills things on his white seats so we don't have to, and grabs our attention by crushing various items with his automatic doors.
Thank you.
So tell me about your channel.
So I mainly post Tesla videos. I post some other EVs, but mainly Tesla. And just my main aim is to kind of just like educate people, because I noticed a lot of people that buy Teslas don't really know how to use them. And even some Tesla employees don't know how to use them. Like I've been told they've learned off my videos, which, I mean, I'm happy with that. But my main aim is to kind of just like get the content out there, get the awareness out there too, because I kind of fell in love with Tesla like when the Model S first came out, and I obviously couldn't afford that because I was like 12 or something, or 12 or 13 when I first heard about it. But I knew one day I wanted a Tesla, and then when they released the Model 3, like I was all excited for that, and I waited until like the cheapest Model 3 came out, and I got the Standard Range Plus, and that kind of started all of this.
Okay. Awesome. So you're educating people on Teslas and at times even Tesla employees. That's really cool. How interesting. So how did your channel start?
So honestly, I was like one of those people that hated TikTok. Like it was like TikTok is cringe. Like not going to use, like who would use this? It's so pointless. And I got bored at the end of summer 2019. Like I was going back for my junior year of college, and then you know I had like an extra 3 weeks, so I just got bored and I kind of started going on TikTok, and I noticed I saw someone had posted a Tesla video, and I'm actually pretty good friends with him now, and I was like, I can make a video similar to this. So the next day I made a video, and the first video is me just tapping the back of my Model 3 like and plugging it in. And I never knew like that one video would cause so much, because I made the video and then I posted it and I was like, oh crap, I gotta make a name for the account. So I quickly thought of a name, and I chose Model 3 Flex, and that name has kind of stuck with me with all my other name changes, because I had Model 3 Flex and Model Y Flex and then TeslaFlex, and really I didn't mean for it to start. It just happened, and the first video I posted, it got like 250,000 views in like the first day, and it got me like 5,000 followers, and I was like pretty hyped about it, because I had tried to do stuff on other platforms with different type of content, because I've always wanted to like be a content creator and that kind of thing, but I just could never find the right thing. So I literally just stumbled upon this, because I never bought the Tesla to like make content with it. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And after that video like went viral, like that kind of changed everything, because everything after that, it just has been a complete like, it's been a wild ride. Like I would not be right here if it wasn't for that one video I made 3 years ago just by chance.
That's awesome. So it found you. You know, you had this on your heart to, you desired to be a content creator, and then one day it just knocked at your door and you answered it. That's awesome. Okay, what did your friends and family think?
At first, obviously, like when TikTok was still not very widely adopted or widespread, I guess, people weren't really using it. It was still kind of a Musical.ly kind of era. I didn't really want to tell anyone about it at first. Like I was kind of nervous about like telling my family and friends about it, because like my sisters, they were like obviously like it's, why would you like waste your time on that, like that kind of thing. Like my parents, like they didn't really know what I was doing, and like my friends, like some of them just, they were like, oh that's cool, and others were like, it changed some friendships too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And did that response to what you were doing change as you gained popularity? Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't really grow that much in the first like 3 months, because I started on in the end of August 2019, and I kept posting, and I finally kind of got on a good like stride of like what kind of content I was gonna make and how consistent I was gonna be with it. And it was like around winter, or like Thanksgiving break to winter break, when I really started to grow, because I hit 25,000 followers on November 1st, 2019. And then I hit 50,000 on December 1st. And by January 1st, I was at 150,000.
Wow.
And then from there, it just kind of was a continuous growth. And like I went through 5 Teslas now. I didn't mean to I was happy with my very first Model 3. And then I was like, well, I could do something different with this Tesla, and I could show something different with this Tesla. Like when I bought the Model Y, I bought that literally because I knew it was gonna be the most popular car. Like I think when Elon announced it, he thought it was gonna be the most popular car that Tesla sold. And I saw that, I was like, okay, so if everyone's gonna be buying this car, people are gonna want to see it. Like you gotta make it popular. So I started that, and I got the Model Y in November 2020, and I kept posting with it. And I had one really big video that kind of secured what I was doing, because for a while I was working at a restaurant, Noodles and Company.
Okay.
And I was I obviously really couldn't afford my first Model 3 at all, or the second one. And it was kind of I was working a lot to kind of pay for the car. And then as I started to get more established in content creation and kind of go multi-platform, I kind of realized I could potentially do this as a job.
Yeah.
So I got the Model Y, and my goal was to kind of pay it off. It was to pay it off before 6 years was up. Hopefully, that should be everyone's goal, to not have to default on a loan or sell the car because they can't afford it. So my goal was just to kind of get it paid off quickly and just make videos with it. So I had this one video. I got a TesMat, and it was such a random thing because I emailed them, and they emailed me back, and we talked about it, and they sent me the TesMat. And a few days later, I made the video, and it was right about then I was thinking about quitting Noodles & Company because I was starting to make decent money from social media and other platforms too. So I put my 2 weeks in at Noodles & Company, at the beginning of December, and the day after my last day of working at Noodles & Company, I posted the TesMat video. And at first it was it had 60,000 views within the first 2 hours, and then out of nowhere it exploded. It was at 8 million views by the end of the night, and I posted it at 6 p.m. So just from that 6 p.m. to basically midnight when I went to bed, it shot up. I was growing, and for a while I was kind of stagnating around 900,000 followers. And I wanted to hit 1 million before the end of 2020. That was one of my biggest goals. And just the next day, I hit 1 million followers. And then I decided to wrap my Tesla because I always have people stealing my videos and reposting them. And it's a lot easier for me to kind of prove that it's mine if I wrap it because it's pretty unique.
You're talking about the one out there right now, correct?
No, I'm talking about the Model Y. So it was a greenish, yellow, purple, blue wrap. It had a lot of colors on it, and it was really unique to me. So I wrapped it, and then from there I just went crazy with it. I did this one series where I would spill so much stuff in my seat. I spilled Tesla tequila, I spilled chocolate milk, I spilled Coke, Pepto-Bismol, olive oil, any liquid that I could put in that seat I spilled, just to show that the seats were stain proof and the white seats were possible to have kids with or something in a Tesla. Because before that I was so against having white seats. On my first one I was like, oh, I don't want white seats, they're gonna get dirty easily. The second one I kind of have a choice because I ordered that one because the first one I just kind of found in inventory. And at that point I was like, nope, don't want white seats. And the Model Y I took a leap, and then now I'm team white seats because they're way better. But
did you put a ceramic coating over it?
Yeah, I had a ceramic coating on them, and every time I would do a liquid that I didn't know if it could for sure come out, I was kind of hesitant before, so I would try a little test spot to make sure that I wasn't screwing myself over. When I did hot sauce on my seat, that kind of stressed me out because there's a lot of oils and stuff in the hot sauce, so it stayed in the seat for a little bit, but when I wiped it more, it went away.
Wow, that's awesome. So you took a leap of faith from in quitting your day job and doing this content creation thing full time. Shortly after that, it blew up, right? That one video, and you started getting subscribers.
Started going.
Now, what did your family and friends have to say about you quitting your job before and after that jump?
So before, my dad, once he kind of saw I was starting to get views and stuff in the beginning of 2020, he was even telling Tesla employees, when I picked my second Model 3 up, he was yeah, he's got 250,000 followers, he's doing great on TikTok. And one of them, I've actually got to know him really well because he was a delivery specialist, and then he was the delivery manager.
Okay.
And now he is the ops manager at my own service center. So he's moved way up the ladder.
Wow.
And he's seen me through pretty much all of my cars and like just my family in general. It was kind of weird for me just like to quit noodles with really no backup plan, because that was my senior year of college. So that's the point where people start looking for jobs and that kind of thing. So I was like, okay, I can either look for a job, but I'll have less time to make Tesla videos and that kind of stuff, or I can take a risk. And I decided to take the risk, and my parents were on board with it. It was kind of hard to leave noodles just because I really loved the people there, but I knew it was something that I needed to try, and if I didn't do it, then I would probably regret it in the future, which I would totally regret not quitting, because that led me to everything I've done since then.
Yeah, the leap of faith paid off.
Yeah, and then when that video blew up, it was kind of like a flip of a switch. Like everyone's opinion just changed. Not even in a bad way. Like it wasn't even that bad before, but it was like way more supportive after that.
Yeah, I'm sure that there was both on your part and your family and friends of a piece of hesitancy.
Yeah.
Right. We don't know what this is going to look like. We don't know if this is a good idea. We don't know if this is going to pull through. And then you take that leap of faith and lead all the way leading up to that hesitation, I can imagine, remained. And then that switch flipped. And that was probably just I made the right call.
Huge confidence boost that I was able to just kind of take that risk, and it like was paying off, and it kept paying off for a while. And that risk like it's given me so many opportunities that like I'm so thankful for, that I would never have ever had if I just hadn't have taken that small risk. Okay.
May I ask, what has been the biggest reward, or what has been the biggest thing to happen as a result of this that you're grateful for?
Probably the biggest thing, it was early 2021. Me and my friends had just heard about some of our mutual friends that were trying out this thing called Snapchat Spotlight, and we were like really sure how it was working. So we just decided to download a bunch of our old videos and just dump them on Snapchat. So we were posting, like I was posting like 30 a day for a little bit, like right in January. And then like nothing really happened. Like we were like, well, we're supposed to get like some Spotlight payout, because Snapchat Spotlight, for a while it was like this deal where they were doing like $1 million a day jackpot, and the top videos got a bit of that. So we wanted to get some of that. We wouldn't find out for a few weeks after the video was posted if we actually made money from it. So we had like our 2 weeks of like posting a ton of videos, and one day I got a message from Team Snapchat, like because they would just message you through their account, like if you get an update or something, and it was like you're qualified to like get a payout. So I was like, okay, cool. And then a week later, it was like a payout for like $2,000, and that video that I actually like posted was one of my first super big videos on TikTok. Like that was the video that pushed me over 200,000 on TikTok, and it actually helped me with Spotlight too, because that got me there. And then that's when we decided like we were gonna go completely crazy on Spotlight. So from then I was like, me and my friends, we were all posting like 20 to 30 Spotlights a day.
Wow.
And all original through Snapchat. So not like even recycling videos, just making brand new ones. And there was a time limit between each one, so you post every 5 minutes.
Wow.
So I was doing all this while having classes. Like I would go plug my car in, because my campus had chargers, and I would like go to class, I would come back and have like a 2-hour break, and during that time I would make TikToks and I would do stuff, and I would make a ton of Spotlights, and then I would save a bunch of them and I would post them throughout the day. And I did that for 3 weeks. 3 weeks after I kind of started, we got my first message on Snapchat. And it was a message, and they were telling me that I qualified, and then a week later I found out it was for $20,000.
Wow. Okay.
For just like a few videos, but they also didn't tell you like how many views, for that kind of thing. They just told you like you can get this much money. And then a week later, I got another message from Snapchat, and then another week later, I got another message from Snapchat. So in total, I guess I can talk about it now because it's not really that competitive, because Spotlight's kind of dead. I made over $150,000 in 3 weeks just from posting a ton of videos on Spotlight, and that gave me kind of the resources to do what I want with my platforms without having to like worry about what's coming in the future. Like I have kind of a nest egg to work on and work off of.
That must be a huge benefit. You know, when creating content, I've noticed the fear of, are people going to like this, right? Is this going to trend, or is this worth putting out there, is huge, right? Is this going to benefit me in the way that I need to produce to survive, right? With that being gone, you were free to do whatever you wanted. I think that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it gave me a lot, like it gave me some time to just kind of try a lot of new things, try new content styles, because I wasn't relying on a specific thing to like make money for a little bit. So I had some time to kind of try new stuff and explore new things. And it brought me to like go to LA a ton and just kind of meet other creators and learn even more about like social media and get advice from people that were like way above me. And they were just like, do this simple thing. Like one of the things that my friends told me at the beginning of 2021 when Instagram Reels just came out, I was just posting those immediately, but he was telling me like what to do, like when to do it, how to do it. And it really helped me. And just that kind of thing I wouldn't have had if I didn't bump into the spotlight or bump into everything else.
Yeah, so a lot of by chance things.
Yeah.
Now, in the process of establishing this channel, going through the quitting of the job and the like, starting with the spotlight, all of it, what hurdles did you face and how did you overcome them?
I ran into some issues with some friends who I thought were real friends, but turned out to not be real friends. And they just got put into a situation that I didn't like, and I kind of had to deal with that for a few months. The way I kind of avoided having to deal with those issues was focusing on what worked in my life, and that was social media and my family and other people that like were actually supporting me and weren't like trying to take advantage of me for my followers, for my money. Because like when I got around 1 million followers, like that's when I really noticed like some of my friends were like kind of using me for my clout, which I really didn't feel like I had. Like I don't feel like, you know, I'm like famous. I feel like I just have a good following and a good audience and a lot of fans and a lot of like, I've met a lot of my friends through TikTok.
I'm sorry to hear that happened, you know, and a lot of times, you know, you don't really know who's going to respond to something like that. You know, who's going to respond in what way, you know, no matter how much you know them or care about them, you know, people change, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to hear about that. But what I took from that was you focused on the positive and not the negative. You looked at what did work, as you said, and ran head first towards that.
Yeah, because if I was just to focus on like what was like the negative stuff, I mean, my content probably would not be good. Like I had to focus on just stuff that made me happy.
Yeah.
And probably another huge hurdle was when I got the Model S Plaid. I loved it, but I knew I was going to have it for not very long time. I was going to own it for like 4 months, and then assuming that Tesla was going to deliver the Model X on time, which they didn't. I was going to sell the Model S for the Model X. And once it got closer to my delivery date, which was in January, I noticed like they weren't, like I wasn't seeing very much about Model X's being delivered. Like there just wasn't much happening because they started deliveries in October and it was like 8 cars they delivered at once. So I was like, this is not good for me. So I kind of started to get a little stressed about it. And then to make it all worse, in the middle of January, the heat pump went out, and not very fun in Colorado in winter.
I bet not.
And so Tesla, like they were really quick to kind of help me out with the situation. Like within 2 days, I had a loaner, and they like were ordering the parts and everything. And then it took about 5 weeks because there was some miscommunication, and that's something that like I'm working with them with. I'm trying to help them improve that. And like it was just a bad experience, but everything kind of started to work out because it did get fixed again. And so it got fixed, and then a week later, I guess the whole issue wasn't fixed, so it broke again. And from then, you had to go to like the territory that you obviously don't want to go with a car is like lemon law stuff. But I didn't ever make it there because they also like right when all that stuff happened, they had people reaching out to me to like get it figured out really quickly. And I don't even think it was because of my platform. I think it was because like it's like Model S Plaid just to break so quickly, like that's not a good thing. And it was a known issue at the time. Like I might be some of a known issue. Like Elon tweeted about how high of a priority it is for like those heat pump issues to get fixed. So I don't think it was anything to do with my platform. It was really just like my service center was really looking out for me. And I had like the service manager was really helpful, and they all helped me out. So when it broke, I did a buyback, and it was like really smooth process. And they helped me figure out like how to get a car, so I wasn't just giving them a car back and having nothing in return. So the whole time, like I was taken care of. I had loaners, but it was a tough time because I was having to make videos with loaners, and people followed me for, you know, my Tesla, not Tesla's Tesla. And especially like, I mean, this is no hate to any old Teslas, it's just older Teslas compared to my Tesla. Like people follow me for like the latest and greatest, and then I'm making videos with like a 2018 Model S. And I was really grateful that I had it. And it just wasn't right that I had to deal with that, but obviously like stuff, that kind of stuff happens, and I couldn't just like complain about it because no one likes a complainer. So once it all got figured out, they helped me get my Model X, and from there, like I kind of just got back on track. And from that point on, I've just been doing a lot better, and everything's been going really well.
That's amazing. It sounds like you utilized patience.
Yeah.
In order to overcome that one.
Yeah, because they were even telling me like they were thanking me all the time for like me working with them, but I guess other people that have these issues, they don't always have the same reaction. Some of them, there's a lot of screaming apparently and yelling, and like I guess people just get mad and that kind of stuff. And like I was mad, but I wasn't gonna go and like on my platform and like tell like you know shit on Tesla. Yeah. Really, because like there's no point. Like these things happen with any car company. It happens all the time. So it wasn't worth it to like make a huge deal about it because it wasn't like I was dying.
Yeah. It wouldn't do any good either.
Yeah.
You know,
and it'd probably be worse for me than them.
People don't understand that, you know, when you go into an establishment, no matter what it is, as small as fast food or as big as a car dealership, when you present yourself as angry, it makes whomever is on the other side of that less likely to help you. It doesn't do anyone any good.
Yeah.
Now, may I ask, so with your channel, do you hope to accomplish something specifically, and do you have any goals ahead of you?
I mean, my goal, I don't know if this is even viable, but like Tesla doesn't have marketing, but they're gonna start to need it because they do outsell like every other EV. Elon said that he was projecting they'd have 100 million Teslas on the road in 10 years. You can't do that organically, I don't think. The referral thing was great. I got a lot of referrals through the referral program, but also it's really like for people to just see like all the specs or just like the most basic stuff laid out in a way that people can understand it. That's like education for them. It really helps people figure out like that this is a real thing. Like you can drive an electric car and be fine. Like I drove all the way to Arizona and I didn't have any issues charging. I actually got to talk to some Tesla Energy employees, and they told me a lot of stuff that I can't say, and they were very nice. And like my goal is just to kind of educate people, and ideally I would like to do something for Tesla. I'd like to work for Tesla in a way to kind of help them with their marketing. They've also the social media team has already reached out to me a few times to post like some of my videos on their main Instagram. I mean, it feels nice that like just the acknowledgement that like that they know who I am. I mean, they've known who I am for a while, but also they are like they're supporting me. Like them posting my video is kind of a way to like, you know, not like directly support me, but like kind of indirectly support me. Like this is a good video, like, and people recognize me immediately when they posted that video, and that kind of thing. And they also posted on Twitter, like people just recognize that stuff, and it's good that they're at least like they're starting to make an effort with their customers and talking on social media and that stuff, because social media it's the future. Yeah.
Well, you know, as is the case with all things, it'll evolve.
Yeah.
You know, and who knows what the next steps are gonna look like with that. So there's a lot of people that consume your content and love your videos and watch them, you know, every time you post them. Tell me a little bit about the character of your fans. What are they like?
So my fan base, I guess, is very diverse. So I have like followers that are like little kids that probably shouldn't be on TikTok. They're the ones that just like the simple content is what they like, and I've been good at doing that for them. And then there's also people that want to get more technical. And one of my problems that I like realized when I was first kind of starting that was being too technical. And I have a degree in economics, so like for me, like the number thing, I like really like to see like where the age ranges are, because every generation is different, and just learning how to communicate with every different generation is really what has helped me. And like even like a lot of my older, I guess, fans, they really like to see just like kind of more of why I have a Tesla, and like the actual like, because these people are driving cars, so they're probably replacing their car with an electric car in the future. So they want to know, like, is this an actual thing? Like, can I drive an electric car? Can I go on a road trip? Like, how do I charge it? Like, can I charge at home? Can I charge in the public? Like, how does this work?
So it sounds like your fans are consuming your content for exactly the reason you want, for education, for practicality, to learn what it means to own a Tesla, the pitfalls, the advantages, and the whole thing.
Yeah, because I don't always like, I don't sugarcoat everything. I don't I don't be there and be like, Tesla is the best, blah, 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 blah. Like, I like to show the good things, and I also like to show the bad things, because there's good things and bad things about every company. And if you only focus on the bad things or the good things, then your whole view of it just gets skewed. Like, it's not good to just focus on one side. So I like to be on both sides.
You're going to see what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, if you're looking for the bad, you're going to find the bad. If you're looking for the good, you're going to find the good. But there's a balance. There's a talent with being able to provide truly middle of the road content as it applies to different companies. You know, people get very brand loyal, and it's very difficult to break that and present something that is truly center of the road.
Yeah.
Awesome, Brandon. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, of course.
Do you
Thank you for
want
having
to
me.
shout out to your channel?
Yeah, so my TikTok is Tesla.Flex. Instagram is the same, but with one more X. On every platform, honestly, just look up TeslaFlex, and I'm there.
All right, perfect. Definitely check him out. He's got wonderful content, very entertaining. Keeps my attention. I have the attention span of a goldfish. So. And I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us for Fridays with Friends. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But if you want to see somebody specifically, throw that in the comments, and we'll do our best to get them on the show. Thanks for joining us.